Listen, I remember you. Don't talk to me like I owe you something.
I didn't say that. Hey, boy, can I get something, please?
No. I got to when we was younger.
Yeah, but
I think I forgot.
I'm homeless, boy.
So what that got to do with me? I ain't do that.
Oh, shit.
Take care of my kids.
Can I get a picture of my sister?
About this Tracy Morgan clip, man. Let me say this, dude, man, to black men. Check on your people, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know if you help a dude out and he constantly fuck up, you gotta let him go to the streets, even if it's family. But a lot of brothers out there, man, just need a little motivation, a little push, a little help, a little direction. A lot of guys suffering in silence, and they get to the point where it gets so bad that sometimes, self-deletion. Sometimes you got brothers that, don't want to ask for help, don't want to ask for advice because we supposed to be strong. But man, help a brother out. You know what I'm saying? And, when you help people, let me say this, man. I came to a conclusion that if I lend somebody some money, it's just a gift. If you give it back or however you want to give it back, if you want to buy something for me, I don't expect nothing back from nobody. You know what I'm saying? Like if I give it to you, I got it to give, and hey, man, just make the best of it, right? I'm not in the lending money business. You feel what I'm saying? Because, and I tell this to people all the time. When you lend somebody money, you got to put extra on it. Whether it's 10%, 20% interest, or I borrowed 100 from somebody, but then, let's just say I came up on, a jersey. So I had this jersey, I came up on an authentic jersey here, man. It's for you too, and in 100 ball for you. I'll keep it. That's how I go. You know what I'm saying? So check on the people, man. I hate to see when brothers down bad, or a lot of men in general, they dead, and then everybody, I wish he would have told me and I could have helped them. And I hate that shit, man. I don't want motherfuckers like that. Nah, if I go to that upper room, man, keep that common courtesy bullshit to yourself. I don't want none of the love that you didn't give me to my face. So, appreciate the brothers that's in your life, the women, the guys, the sacrifices that you see and don't see they make. Tell them, proud of them, you love them, appreciate, but so many times, a lot of brothers got to be 6 feet deep to hear, I love you. And I really appreciate what you did. You start hearing shit, and I hate to kind of go off into this before I dig into this video. I just hate to see, brothers, they be, I see it with fathers and men, and he in the dirt. Oh man, I remember this time he came and got me out of crack house, or he gave me some money to pay my rent, or he gave me a new truck. He gave me, all these clothes in this closet, man. He was a good dude, but man couldn't hear that while he was alive. Men don't hear that. Hear people, parents, I was so proud of him. He was a good, hell no. You don't hear that niggas, man, especially black men don't hear that shit at all. A lot of these dudes came from nothing, bro. A lot of our brothers came from on the brink of extinction or a brink of extermination, and they made something of themselves, So, tell the people, man, around you proud of them, man, and how you doing. I mean, I think that's critical. So you see this video with Tracy Morgan. Back then, you didn't want me. Nah, so basically, old dude, basically must have been down bad, seeing Tracy Morgan like, hey, man, grew up together. I'm homeless. Could you help me out? He said, no, I remember you was talking shit when I was growing up. Now, talking shit, and beating your ass, kind of two different things, but the thing about it is when you talk shit about somebody and like used to Joan on them or used to pillow talk or dirty mac them or whatever the situation may be, that stick with a lot of brothers. A lot of brothers, that's fuel to the gas tank. You know what I'm saying? So he must have really dogged out Tracy Morgan. He must have had all the fresh Averexes, British Knights, top 10s, and probably used to shit on Tracy Morgan. And that's why I tell the young, when I come into young people, you have some young people that's 6'6", 240 pounds, and they look like they got a bright future. Girl might spin one of the young guys. I just tell them, man, run your own race. I remember we had a guy's name was Antonio. I forget his last name. He was cool though. He was Antonio. We was in like the 7th, 8th grade. This guy was like, man, this dude was 6 foot, man. We all was 5'8", 5'7", maybe 5'9". He just seems like 6'2" or whatever. He just seemed so much taller than us. And I seen him. I'm taller than him now. You know what I'm saying? He looked small. He had a great 100-meter start in the physicality standpoint. He was a cool dude. Nothing bad about him at all. It was cool. Real quiet, real cool. You know, so you got to understand, some people, it seem like they have an amazing first 2 laps of life, amazing lap of life, and it just seemed like you left behind. You know, it just seemed like, damn, you know, man, everybody passing me up. I feel left behind, especially in this era. You seeing social media, these dudes got jewelry, and you like, damn, you know, if I ain't got this, like, man, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Them very same dudes you see right now, it's a lot of busted ass rappers, busted ass drug dealers, busted ass scammers that's locked behind the bars, that's homeless, back bummy, you know, down bad. Ultimately, when you start really talking about, you know, when men really can start to enjoy life is in their mid-30s. That's when your golden years start. That's when your prime start happening. Women, first, when I always say this, when they first start bleeding until about 30, 31, 32 at the most. When they start hitting that 33, 34 mark, they cooked. When you start hitting that 33, 34, 35 mark, you start to get into your bag. And so as long as you stay healthy, you in your bag. You the most man in demand, right? So ultimately, you know, you have a lot of people who have great starts to their life and they shit on you, talk shit about you. And then when you up, they want grace. And as a man, you can't give them grace. You can. But when you dog me out, nah, bro. When I was down bad, you kicked me. And you got to have some of that old ancient civilization shit. Like when you go back into like the old civilization, into like, you know, even into like in Africa, the different countries in Africa and Egypt and Europe, a lot of those law, it's a child for a child. You take my child, I take your child. Get caught stealing, I chop your hands off. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like ruthless shit like this. You took my mother, I take your mother. So like really, that's really how you really feel. Is really how it's really you supposed to really react in life. Like when somebody smack you in your face, you supposed to really smack them 10 times back into their face. That's human nature. But with these laws, you know, with jail, and these laws ain't as strict, it ain't as it protects weak men. You know, that real talk, the laws protect weak men. Because I remember, I tell this story all the time. I remember back in like 2014, 13, was a dude on the east side of Detroit, right? Kept robbing his house like 4-5 times. Anybody know in Detroit that can happen, right? 4-5 times. He was an armed security guard. He caught them taking his items that he kept replacing, funneling them through the alley, through the backyard alley. He caught him, came home. Dude was like, he dropped this shit. Like, what you gonna do? Shoot me? Man, pop that nigga. They threw him in jail for like 2 to 3. And I'm just like, how can a thief who's stealing your stuff have rights? And that's just to protect the true criminals of the world. You got to remember that, bro. The laws protect fuck nigga shit and weak men. That's what the laws protect. But if it really was back on some Genghis Khan type stuff, or back to some Shaka Zulu type shit, some Napoleon era stuff, or even going back to the Game of Thrones eras and going back to some, you know, to those type of eras and stuff, man, bro, thief get his hands chopped off. Pedos and all that, be headed in most civilizations. Castrated in front of them. The hoes used to get stoned or get outcasted outside the city like the people with leprosy. But the point of this video is, man, tables always gonna turn. And who you see on your way up may be the person that catch you on your way down. So I try to treat everybody on the way up good, and I will treat everybody on my way down the same way. So watch who you shit on. You never know. You know, that little boy that's walking down the street, he may give you a job. That dude that all he do is go home, go to school, go to work, he may be the guy who handling your job interview. That woman that just, you know, always, you know, on her P's and Q's, always working in and out, you know, she hard work. You never know. That might be the next Oprah. That might be the next, you know, Rihanna with Vendy Savage. You never know. So you got to treat, I'm telling you, man, treat everybody with respect until they disrespect your respect. But hey, check out the Real One-on-One playlist, music entertainment playlist. Let me know in the comment section. Hit the link tree. You can find me on Patreon, X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, the whole 9 piece.